the channel. And the second question we'll be solving today has to do with the one up here where we have the give me a list of products in the category or the technology category with total profit greater than 1000 in 2022. So right from there, I will just go in and have my orders table ready, so it can now help me get the IntelliSense for the one I'll be working which if it's talking about the products, then we should be looking at a product ID that we will be working with, and also talking about the technology category, so we should have our category here, and then we want to bring in our sum of profits because it's asking for that. It's asking for the profit that we are using. I mostly would like to do this first to have the profit, then I now add a summation to it. So we're gonna have this here, and then we have this. We need to give an alias to this since we have something outside of the bracket, which is telling us that that is what we want it to take effect on. So I'm just gonna do total profit here as the name. Now looking at the next one, it talks about greater than 1000, which happens to be the profit, and in 2022. And in 2022, it's not giving us a year. We can go ahead and do a range where we say between, where we have the year order date between this particular year and the other. But this one is just making reference to just one year, which is 2022. So what we are going to do is to have our year and then bring in our order date. There you go. Beautiful. Now, as it's stated here, we can now go ahead and bring our where clause. The reason we are bringing our where clause is because where clause will help us to filter. And here, this is not an aggregated function. So that simply means that we can use that to help us get that particular year that we want to work with. And that is going to be in 2022. Now, looking at the next thing, it talks about the group by. And for the group by, let's see here. The group by, you can see for, just as we stated for the group by rules, we say it has at least one aggregated function and at least one non-aggregated function. This is an aggregated function, so that simply means that we will need, and this is a non-aggregated function, so that simply means that we will need the non-aggregated function by the group by. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these because that makes it pretty simple. Let's see here, and then we have category. Just gonna bring that one to as well. Sorry, I'm just copying and pasting them. So that makes it pretty simple. And then we go ahead and we have this here. Now, do you think there is a need for us to bring the having clause? I believe yes. The reason being that we have a filter that needs to be done for the sum of profits. I am not done with the where clause yet. I need to add something to it, but let's come to the having and look at what we have here. The sum of profits is saying, or the total profit that we've given that name to, is saying that, oh, we are looking at something greater than 1000. So for that reason, we want to go ahead and now bring that in and now say that we are not looking at all the values, but the ones only greater than 1000. So we're just going to bring this and have this here. Now coming back to the where clause, just as I said earlier, we will have this very one talking about a category, telling us that, oh, we also need category, but we don't need all the categories. We need category only for technology. So we should only be looking at that one. Just go ahead and put that in here. You can go ahead and now bring in your order by. And the order by, we just want it to be in ascending order. And you can just go ahead and look at this very one, which says that total profit. So the total profit here is what we have stated here to aggregate for us. So we should have this stating this here. So let's see. Okay, so I just went ahead to just highlight all this and just execute it from here so that it shows the result from here. Now, look at this very well. You realize that it's just going to make an effect here because I didn't add an alias to this very one. So let's go ahead and now see what will make or how it's going to be like. Yep, so now this now changes to year date. So the aliases are very important in terms of helping us to identify the names of the columns. If we are telling something to take effect on the other thing or on the other column. So here we are saying that we only want the year date, and as a result of that, it will certainly need a new column being stated for that particular year. Thank you for watching.